Hey everybody, it's Mike from Hear the Watchman, and today we have our recurring episode with Chance from American Survival Wholesale.com. Again, American Survival Wholesale.com. You want to go to their site, you want to visit their site, you want to avail yourself of everything that Chance has to offer. He will meet with you via email or Skype, or he'll meet with you and consult with you on how to prepare yourself for the days to come. But today, we're going to talk about preparing in a different way. We're going to talk about preparing not only physically, but emotionally for what's coming down. I mean, and folks, I mean, you gotta understand, there's some stuff coming down. You look at the Hear the Watchmen, MEN.com conference. It's coming up in Boise, Idaho. Chance and his lovely wife, Meryl, will be there. It's information that you need to have. So go to hearthewatchmen.com. Use the promotional code BOISE20. That's Boise, BOISE 20. Get $20 off a physical ticket and 20% off if you want to live stream it. If you can't make it, you need to be on there and you need to live stream it. Chance, thank you so much for coming on with us today. What is it that you'd like to tell us?
Thank you for having me again. Folks, I got to tell you, again, I apologize about the glasses. It's like the planet Venus in here. It's very bright. So today we're going to be talking about training, both physically and mentally. And this is a really important topic, okay? So, you know, you feel like you're prepped. You feel like you have all the supplies that you need, you know, for your entire family. You've got food, you've got water, you've got stoves, you've got shelter. You might even have a plan, right, to bug out and a bag to go with it. Well, that's great to have all those things. That's step one. But step two is you have to train. You know, when I was in the military, one thing that they taught us was a soldier doesn't react, right? A soldier falls back on their training, right? It becomes like second nature to them. And that's where you folks need to be. So I'm just going to give you an example. We can talk about physical and mental training, but let's say, for example, you're an excellent shot, okay? And you injure your shooting hand. I'm right-handed, right? If you injure your shooting hand, what are you going to do if you're hunting and or you're protecting yourself or your family? If you can't shoot, if you're not ambidextrous, right, you can't shoot with your other hand. You're in trouble, right? So that's just one example of why you should be training for any circumstance that might come up. Let's talk about the physical side of things. This is really, really important. So say, you know, you're under stress, right? There's something major going on and you need to get out of there, right? You need to leave your home and you have a planned trip, you know exactly where you're going. Well, guess what, folks? Now you got to put on your bug out bag, your backpack. That might weigh anywhere from 20 to 70 pounds, and you're going to hike 2 or 3 miles. Are you in peak physical condition? Can you do that? If you can't, then you need to train, right? So I'm going to get into that a little bit. Let's talk about the physical side of training. You should, again, be able to walk briskly for 3 miles with a pack on your back, right? Now, a good way to train is to start with just a little weight, your body weight and a little weight, and your pack. And every week, just build up and build up and build up until you're at the level where you need to be, and maybe push it a little bit more than that so that when something happens, you're in the physical condition in order to be able to, you know, do what you need to do for yourself and your family. Another thing that you need to be able to do in a survival situation is push your own weight and pull your own weight. I'll give you an example. So you are hiking and you've tripped, right? And you have to push something off of your body, right? You can't push your own body weight or someone else off of you. You're in trouble, right? You're gonna sit there and, you know, be of no use to anyone or yourself, right? So you have to be able to push that weight off of yourself. Let's say same scenario. You're hiking, you trip, and you have fallen over like a cliff, right? And you've seen this in the movies. You have your hands on the cliff or a tree branch or something like that. You need to be able to lift your body up. That's going to save your life, guys. You have to be able to lift your body up. So here's 2 exercises, or 3 actually, that will help you get to that point. I would highly recommend push-ups. Okay, if doing a push-up is tough, start with push-ups where your knees are on the ground, right? So you're only pushing part of your body, and then work your way up to full body weight. You should be able to be in peak physical condition, be able to do 50 standard push-ups, that's on your toes and your hands, without stopping. 50. If you can do that, you're going to be able to push your own body weight, not a problem, okay? Pull-ups are another great exercise. If you can't pull your own body weight, one thing that you can do, in many gyms, they have a piece of equipment that allows you to weight yourself, meaning counterweight, be able to push. Maybe you can't pull up 150 pounds, but you can pull up 100, right? So you can work your way up to that level where you're able to pull your own body weight. That's very, very important. Squats and sit-ups. Working your leg muscles. A standard squat's going to work your hamstrings, your glutes, and your calves, right? So those are the necessary muscles in order to be able to hike long distances, to climb a hill, right? To be able to get out of a situation, you need strong leg muscles, all right? So that's huge. And then, of course, sit-ups, that's for your core. You know, you've got to work your inner core. Make sure that that's strong, because if your core is strong, your back is going to be strong, right? And you're not going to set yourself up for some type of injury, all right? So physical, we've gone over that. I would hope that you guys would play this back and get a pen and paper and write these things down. We wouldn't be talking about it if it wasn't important. So getting yourself into peak physical condition in order to handle any type of disaster that might come your way is key. Now let's talk about the mental side of things, all right? We've already discussed on previous shows spiritual preparation, right? So we know where our heart's at, we know where our mind is, and we know where we draw our strength. But some folks, when the situation occurs and they find themselves having to deal with a major disaster, will sometimes freeze up. You, especially if you're the head of a household, need to be the one that is focused, right? You need to be focused on the. So how do you get there? Well, maybe you're a shy person. Maybe you're not a leader. But what you can do is get the education how to handle certain survival scenarios. And you can go to AmericanSurvivalWholesale.com, download some of our videos, and watch those. The other thing is practice, practice, practice. So in order for you to be in the right state of mind, it has to become like second nature, right? So whatever that plan that you have for an event, maybe it's you're going to hike out 3 or 4 miles, right? Do that on a regular basis. When the time comes, you'll be prepared. Ask yourself as well, how well am I mentally prepared for certain things? Okay, are you mentally prepared for a pandemic? Have you discussed this with your family? Is everyone else on board, right? What about a natural disaster or an EMP or a nuclear disaster? Be honest with yourself and ask yourself, how well am I prepared? Do I have the proper training? Do I have the proper supplies? Is my family on board? We can help you with this, guys. Training goes so much further than we can discuss in the amount of time that we have. But we offer free consultations, and I would hope that you guys would reach out to us. bugoutamerica@usa.com is our email. Again, bugoutamerica@usa.com, or just give us a call. You know, Sunday through Friday, we're available for consultations if we can schedule those ahead of time. And that phone number is 818-720-0759. That's 818-720-0759. And I'm sure, Mike, that you probably have some questions for me. But before I get into that, I do want to remind folks, we only have 5 more spots for the distributorship program that allows you to make up to $7,000 per month. So 5 more spots. As soon as you guys receive this video, please reach out to us. And again, bugoutamerica@usa.com, or give us a call. And we'd love to help you help others. So we've lost the sound. Mike, I don't know if you can hear me.
Well, Chance, you know, I mean, that's awesome stuff. I mean, you know, interesting that you mentioned pull our own weight. So if you're saying, if I understand you correctly, if you're saying a guy weighs 200 pounds, be able to at least pull 200 pounds. Is that correct?
Yeah, so that is correct. And we do have a delay here, but that is correct. So if you're 200 pounds, you need to be able to push your
So what I'm saying, Chance, is if you say you're a man and you weigh 200 pounds, okay, so you should be able to pull 200 pounds of dead weight, actually. Is that correct?
Yes, you should be able to pull and push your own body weight. If that's 200 pounds, then you need to work up to that point and to be able to push and pull that weight.
Very good, very good. So now, folks, what you want to do is you want to go to American Survival Wholesale, and you want to check out all the stuff that they have. They have a whole warehouse. Awesome, awesome. Well, listen, so folks, really go to survivalwholesale.com. Check out everything they offer. You can reach Chance directly by going to bugoutamerica.com. That's his email address. Go there, contact him, prepared for what's about to come. Because you know what, Chance, I mean, we're not talking about Armageddon here. I mean, it could be a hurricane, be an earthquake. Isn't that right?
Absolutely. So yeah, we're not talking about the end of the world scenario here. Okay, it could be something that you could easily prepare for, but again, it's because you've had the training and you've practiced. That's what it's all about, guys.
All right, folks. So get on board. Do it today. Don't wait. Do it today, because what's going to happen is, you know what? It's going to be too late. But before that happens, get on board with Chance over at AmericanSurvivalWholesale.com. Get on board with him. Talk to him. Take a look at what he's got. Avail yourself of his knowledge and his expertise. And I do. We listen to Chance all the time. I mean, we are prepared as best that we can be, and a lot of that is due to Chance at AmericanSurvivalWholesale.com. So, folks, listen, been great talking to you today. Chance, thank you so much for coming on the show again next week for another episode of the Watchmen's Report, where we'll talk about the things that you can do to prepare yourself for what's to come. God bless each and every one of you. Remember, stay informed, pray, and it's all good. Chance, thank you again.
Thanks for having me.
Talk to you again next time on the Watchmen's Report. Have a wonderful and blessed day. One of you.